Morning everyone, Carol here at Oak House Journals, and a lovely warm welcome from me today. Hope you're all doing well and this COVID-19 situation is not getting to you too much. But let's put our happy faces on and talk about tag swaps, shall we? So today I thought I would show you another couple of ideas that I've come up with for some inspiration for you, and basically they are shaker cards. Angela Kerr has been doing some shaker tags on her channel, and I've made a faux shaker envelope in the Snowy Christmas Garden journal. So I'm going to not do a tutorial on these, but I will do you a little bit of a walkthrough telling you how I created them. Now, one or two people have been saying to me, what size of tag are you using? Should we be specifying? And as I've said in the previous video, do whatever you like. Agree with your tag swap partner what your theme is going to be. I've just put up a basic suggestion to do Christmas, and that's what my tags will be based on. But as to colour and size and dimension, completely up to you guys, whatever you want to do. Now I've been working, and I will carry on working on basically the Ranger size 8 manila tag sizes, which these are 8 centimeters by 16 centimeters, and that's kind of the size I like to work on. When I'm doing my journals, I work on a lot smaller, but that's what I'm creating for the purposes of the tag swap. Now, for the background here on this little shaker card, what I've used are just some napkins that I saw in Tesco's, I think it was, the other day, and I just thought these were gorgeous. I love the icy colours. You know me, I love icy blues and working with vellum. Now, these are 3-ply, and as you can see, they're huge. But one quick tip that I am going to show the newbies here, because I'm sure the long-standing crafters will know this. When you get your napkin, it's got 3 layers to it, and you want to peel it away so that you get rid of 2 of the layers. And it's as easy as that to peel away the layers. So that's the first layer gone, and the second layer is still there, and all I'm doing is getting a piece of cellophane. I think you can just about see it. Here we go, let me show it you. There, cellophane in my hand. Sticky side down in the centre. Don't do it at the edges, because that's where they tend to use a pressure embosser to actually put your napkins together. And literally, guys, it's as easy as that. I've seen so many people try to flick the edges, and the edges are the worst place, because as you can see, they do a bit of, that's the main part of the napkin here, and as you can see, there's a border all the way around where they do some pressure embossing just to hold the napkin layers together. And so I would work on just that layer, and to get it down on my tag, all I used was a glue stick. Lay it down and just gradually smooth it out with your fingers. And I tend to like to use a bone folder, actually, so a mixture of your bone folder and your fingers, just to smooth it down gradually over your tag as you go. And that's all I've done for the background on these 2 tags. Okay, so to get the aperture, again, another one that Angela has mentioned, these thin die cuts from Gemini. I've had these for quite a while now, and like Angela, I leave them on their card because there is a piece of adhesive tape running through the card. And all you need to do is pop it back on there, so you don't even need the magnetic sheets to store these. And these are lovely. They give a nice edge, but you can use any circle die. You can even use a circle cutter. You don't need to have a circle. You could have a square aperture. You could have an oval aperture. Any of those would do. This one, I've just cut it and I haven't stitched round it. And this one, as you can see, I have stitched round it. For my snowflakes, I have a very, very old Cuttlebug die. And I also have this one, which is, as you can see, a cry cut. I have no idea if you can still get these. I've had this for years. I am pretty certain you will be able to get it. If you just Google cry cut snowflake die punch, I'm sure that you can get these. If I can find the link for one on Amazon, I'll put that in the description box down below. So that has given me my snowflakes on this one. Little half pearls in the centre. I've stitched around the outside of my tag and around the aperture. And for this image inside, again, this is chapter 1's Snowy Christmas Garden digital kit, and I actually chose the little snowman off their seed packet, Snowy Christmas Garden Extras digital kit, which is a load of seed packets which are absolutely brilliant. And what I did was I fussy cut him, and then I reversed the image and printed again, fussy cut another one and put them back to back so that when you look on the other side, he's there as well. So for his scarf and the branches, his eyes and his buttons, I touched him up with, that sounds awful, doesn't it? I added a little hint of glossy accents. And then for just his scarf, along his branches, his hat, I used this product. And I did get this off Amazon, and it's called a snow pen. And again, I'll put the details in the description box down below. Now, a word of warning with this, even though it has a fine nozzle, like so, let me show you, there we go. And I'm squeezing it here. It comes out quite quickly. And I found that when I wanted to use the snow on my little character here, now I've got snow on my fingers. Where's my cloth? I found it was better just to put a dab of that snow to one side and work using a pin end for that. And then all I've done here, this is a corner of a cellophane bag, so it was sealed down this side and this side, and I just trimmed it so that it would fit inside my aperture. I used clear tape to seal up the open edge before I put my glitter in, and this is just Dough-Craft iridescent glitter that I've put inside here. And then once my glitter was inside, again, just to seal up my cellophane, I used the sellotape again and sealed it up. And actually what I did as well was I used the sellotape just to make sure that my cellophane package with my snowman and my glitter inside was positioned right before I did this fancy stitching round the outside of my circle. I just used some of the sellotape just to hold this little parcel in place. Now you can use acetate for this. That works equally as well, but you don't want to be folding your acetate. So with the cellophane bag, you've obviously got a corner that is pre-sealed, if you will. So you've just got the other two edges to seal. Now, if you want to use acetate, and I have to admit, I think it gives a better finish, a slightly sturdier finish. If you want to use acetate, then you're going to have to use your sellotape all the way round your two pieces of acetate. Don't try and fold your acetate because it will give you a bulky finish to your tag. Okay, so as I said, the little image and the snowflakes, the paper that the snowflakes were cut out of, were from the Snowy Christmas Garden digital kit by Pt.2. This Merry Christmas on the bottom came from their traditional Christmas Moments digital kit. And as you know, those are the kits that I downloaded for Christmas, so those are what I'm using mostly at the moment. And then this little piece behind is again from the Snowy Christmas Garden kit. So as you can see, a really, really easy tag. Yes, a bit fiddly and here, because you've got the fussy cutting and you've got 2 images, you've got to reverse 1 image, and then use your glossy accents and the snow if you want to get the same effect. But I think it's well worth it. I love the snow in here and how it kind of moves around. It makes him look like he actually is amongst snow. But he's well worth it. But there is quite a bit of drying time waiting for the glossy accents and the snow to dry. What I did find is that I could put the glossy accents on and put the snow on if I was careful and used my pin, and then set it aside to dry overnight. So that's exactly what I did. And then I just, because my back was white, I just put one of the borders from the Snowy Christmas Garden kit, top and bottom, to just take away the starkness on the back there. So that's that one. Oh, and this is just some rough torn edged ribbon that happened to match, that I decided to use. This one is exactly the same principle, as you can see, but this time, instead of putting my aperture all the way through, I only cut it out in my top piece of card. As you can see, I haven't stitched round it, and at the back here, all I did was take one of the Snowy Christmas Garden images that I had left over. So it was this image. I just cut a portion of it and slid it between my 2 layers of cardstock to create that image behind. And this is a fussy cut snowman like the last one, but you don't need to back this one, so you don't need to reverse the image and cut out a second image, because obviously you can't see him on the back. So this is an easier tag to make, and actually excuse me, sorry about that, and actually I like this look better. I like the fact that I can see behind him. Again, I've done the snowflakes. These 2 pieces are from, this piece is from the Pt.2 Vintage Christmas Postcards kit. And I'm just hesitating there because I'm wondering if it's one of the stamps, but it isn't. This is from the Vintage Christmas Postcards kit, and this is from their Christmas Stamps kit. I've put some dangles at the top here. I've used some white sari chiffon, a little bit of blue crinkle seam binding, and then on a coilless safety pin I've just made some little dangles in beads that match, and there is a tiny, as you can see, little silver fir cone. And then on the back, again, I've used some paper from the digital kit. Which one did that come from? That came from the Snowy Christmas Gardens kit, and I put it on the back because I just thought it looks more festive than just having a white back there. So also at the top here, can you see I've got a slotted hole instead of an eyelet, and this is something that Jessica Rapp introduced me to on her channel, and it is a slotted punch, and I absolutely love it. Love. So a massive thank you, Jessica. Jessica is 2 Silver Oranges on YouTube. Sorry, I've got a dry throat again today. And this is available on Amazon. Well, that's where I got mine from. and look at that. I love it. I love it. So lots and lots of options for that. And actually, just as I'm looking at that, I was thinking, or if you did those slightly closer together, you could thread ribbon through. But yeah, I really like this little punch, and it's very sturdy. Looks good too. So that's what I did at the top of this little one here. Okay, so this is my third shaker card, and this one is using that lovely little mouse that is, there we go, in the chapter 1 kit. And as you can see, that's the little mouse there. Isn't he gorgeous? So all I did for that is I printed him off twice. I printed the image firstly this way, and then I reversed the image on my printer and printed him out. And the same with our snowman, which is here on the tag. What I did for the mouse as well was I touched him up with a little bit of glossy accents on his scarf and on his little berry there and his eye. For the snow, I've used a mixture of Novocraft little iridescent triangles, and also I've used the glitter, and I wanted him in amongst the snow as if he's out there playing, but his tail is in there. Look, you can see it at the back. But again, I've just left the tag plain on the back, and it's just an eyelet at the top. Okay, so for the backing paper here, that's this paper or this page from the Traditional Christmas Moments kit. This little piece down here is this page from the same kit. Now, you've heard me talk about there's so many elements in this kit that are amazing. I chopped out this piece, and as you can see, I've popped it down below, and it's slightly dimensionalized down there. I've used some glossy accents on the holly there. Then what I did for this piece here and this piece up here, so this piece there, you see my thumb, and this piece, I chopped, fussy cut rather, this image down here, fussy cut it out and chopped it in half and touched the berries with some glossy accents. And then for the rest of the foliage that I've put round the card, as you can see, this is all dimensionalized. If I turn it sideways, maybe you can see there that it's all dimensionalized. I tried to do a little wreath effect, if you will. I was trying to think of how I could replicate this wreath that I did on this card many moons ago, and I had tiny pieces of foliage. I didn't have a foliage punch, but somebody, a friend of mine did, a good crafting friend at the time did, and I gave her some cardstock and she punched me out hundreds and hundreds of these tiny little pieces of foliage, and I created my wreath using that. But obviously I didn't have any of those, so I had to improvise. So what I did was I chopped out all these tiny pieces of holly on this page. Absolutely perfect. And then a couple of the branches here I chopped out as well, just to pop in behind. So there's a leaf here, and then there's a sprig there. So as I say, loads and loads of elements. This 25 at the top is this image here, and I just fussy cut the 25 and touched it with glossy accents, let it dry, and then popped it on my tag. And this, as I said, has just a basic eyelet at the top and some green organza ribbon. Now I thought this looked fussy enough, so there's no dangles on this one, but I love how this little chappy turned out, and he's so versatile. I used him in my baubles when I was playing with the chapter 1 baubles kit, and really liked how he looked. He's so cute, just cute. My only regret with this tag is that I left the back white, and I really like how this looks on the back. It looks so much more festive, but it's a little bit difficult to collage or layer up on here because of this aperture. So I might do some collaging on the back there rather than leave it white. But you live and learn, so I'll know for next time. So there you go, everybody. These are my latest tags to try and give you a little bit of inspiration for what you can do for your tag swap. But please, I know we have a few novices taking part. Please don't be put off by how detailed these are. Your tags do not have to be anywhere near as detailed as this, and to prove it, I will show you, because this piece of vellum here that I've printed, I'm using this on my tags that I'm going to create today, and I will post the video tomorrow, and they will be super easy tags. So trust me, you don't have to do anything complicated at all. Just take part and enjoy the fun. So thank you so much, as always, everybody. Thank you for your lovely comments, and thank you to each and every one of you that have signed up to join in the fun for the tag swap challenge. It really means a lot to me, and I'm replying in my emails. When you send me your email address, I'm acknowledging receipt of your email address. Please excuse me if they're getting a bit those responses are getting a bit short and sweet, because naturally, as you can imagine, there's a lot of emails